What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to This Week in Esports and Gaming, the show where we talk about the latest and greatest in business happenings for gaming, esports, and creator news. I'm your host, Mark Kai. We're here for the second week of September 2023. Let's dive right into it. Our first top 3 story, FaZe Clan have removed Lee Trink as the CEO. Basically, FaZe Clan's board of directors voted to terminate Lee Trink as CEO of the company, and as per the Form 8K filed recently, the board terminated Lee from his position and also required him to resign as a member of the board of directors too. In the meantime, COO and CFO 𝗠ป์will now be the interim CEO, taking on 3 C-suite level positions for the esports org right now. This comes after Daniel Shribman resigned from the board of directors a few weeks ago, among many other executives in the recent history of the organization. Under Trink's tenure as CEO, the company raised a good chunk of cash and basically became publicly listed on the NASDAQ stock exchange, while also experiencing its fair share of controversies inside the org with previous founders, financials, layoffs, and etc. Lee holds about 5 million shares of FaZe Clan stock at the moment, with FaZe's stock price sitting below the $1 NASDAQ required listing price for over 7 months now. And also looking at FaZe's financials, they're doing quite poorly as a company, with a market cap of around $13 million and their net losses combined. Basically, the market is essentially valuing the company at $0. So it seems that they may be forced to delist soon and perhaps sell the name. Who knows? FaZe Clan in general no longer has the notoriety that it once did, so we'll see if FaZe Clan as an org continues to exist in the next 1 to 2 years. Unity's new runtime fee has sparked lots of controversy in the game dev community. Earlier this week, Unity announced a significant change to its business model, and game devs, they're not really happy about it. According to Unity, their new runtime fee will be based on game installs and will take place effective January 1st, 2024. The runtime fee will essentially force game devs to pay between 0.005 cents or dollars and 20 cents per install based on the number of new installs per month, which Unity Play developer has and what markets they're based in. The thresholds for this fee for Unity Personal and Plus users are $200,000 in annual revenue and 200,000 lifetime installs, while thresholds for Unity Pro and Enterprise users are $1 million in annual revenue and 1 million lifetime installs. This will also apply retroactively to games already built on Unity, not just new games. However, it will not include non-gaming applications. Many game devs, quite reasonably so, were upset about this change, citing concerns about deals for games, releasing demos, including games and charity bundles, etc. Additionally, one of the biggest concerns was around users deleting and reinstalling a game while also being charged an additional fee to the game dev. This is kind of maybe a different way to negatively review bomb something. Instead of negatively review bombing, they can just continue to install and uninstall. So those are some concerns by the devs. Unity clarified that only the initial installation of the game will result in the runtime fee. However, if the game was installed on a second device, that would also result in the fee as well. The company additionally clarified that game demos will not be charged for installation unless the game demo is part of a download that includes the full game, and that demos can inform Unity if the game is being sold to raise money for charity as well. Additionally, something to note is that Unity's CEO sold around 2,000 shares of the stock a few days before this decision was announced. Many devs also were doing calculations just in general on their own games on how this, these fees could easily surpass the money that the devs are actually making on the game themselves. Some others things that also happened around this were that a Unity employee themselves apparently made death threats to the company, which caused the San Francisco and Austin offices to shut down earlier this week. And also a group of developers is cutting off ad and monetization revenue that would have been going to Unity itself. So far, this entails 16 studios turning off Unity ads and iron source SDKs as a result, and will not restore them until conditions in the open letter that they sent are met. We'll see if where the dust settles here on this matter, but for now, the storm is still brewing, so I'll stay posted if we get any updates. Jagex and Gearbox Entertainment are allegedly being considered for selling now. Firstly, Carlyle Group is reporting to sell or publicly list the RuneScape dev Jagex 2 years after they actually acquired the company. According to Reuters, Carlyle Group is working with advisors from Arim & Co. as well as Morgan Stanley to weigh up its options and potentially plan an auction process towards the end of this year. Private equity firms might be among the buyers, but we'll see what actually happens, given Jagex is expected to be valued for as much as £1 billion British pounds. Secondly, it seems that Embracer might also be looking to sell the dev behind Borderlands, Battleborn, Brothers in Arms, Duke Nukem, and more, Gearbox Entertainment. According to Market Screener, the sale of Gearbox would be a part of Embracer's larger restructuring program and have allegedly received interest from third parties about selling Gearbox Entertainment. Remember, Embracer acquired Gearbox in 2021 in a $1.3 billion deal, and both of these are speculative and came from sources familiar with the matter, according to Reuters and Market Screener. That being said, if these were to go through, it seems to show that even big gaming conglomerates are looking to focus on the bottom line, with so many notable studios looking to get sold. While this might be good for studios that have more creative direction when separated, we'll see if the financials hold up on their own if these divestments go through. As far as partnerships go, Esports Charts partners with Amazon. Esports Charts information will now be available for Amazon Alexa users so they can ask relevant questions regarding esports tournaments while having to look it up on their phone. Questions like, where is Valorant Champions 2023 will be a game for the service. Microsoft have partnered up with MasterCard. Microsoft will now offer a no annual fee Xbox MasterCard issued by Barclays. This will allow card members to earn points for everyday purchases on the Xbox and Xbox.com, among other areas like streaming services, food delivery services, and more, which will be available starting September 21st. Team BDS partner up with Logitech. Team BDS players and talent will use Logitech G peripherals, including keyboards, headsets, mousepads, and mice as a result of this partnership. Gamers Club partnered with Unicorn. Unicorn will be offering custom odds for Brazil and Chile's most dedicated CSGO Gamers Club players through its U-Mode product, which will allow users to bet on their own skills during games. Guild Esports continues their partnership with Sky. The expanded partnership deal will see Guild Esports receive an increased sponsorship fee for the second and third years of their deal, with Sky Glass Streaming TV becoming the official TV partner of the org. Additionally, Sky Glass branding and TVs will be featured in Guild Esports London HQ. As far as finance and M&A goes, Team Bliss have acquired the Chiefs Esports Club. Both groups will continue to operate their respective brands with no decisions on titles or rosters being made just yet, as more plans will be decided in the coming months. Additionally, Chris Smith will join as an advisor for the next 2 years to help the transition, and exiting CEO Nick Bober will step down from his role as the CEO at the Chiefs Esports Club. Series AI have raised a $7.9 million round. The round was led by A16 Games with participation from Britcraft Ventures, F4 Fund, and the Sichis Chen Access Fund. The newly found studio led by Penny Haritatos will be focused on the Row Engine, which will be a game authoring platform that combines generative AI with an easy-to-use game editor and toolset. Rascal Games have raised $4.2 million. The round was led by VC firm Patron and includes investments from Stephen Lim, Mitch Lasky, and Stanislav Vishnevsky. They'll use the funds to create a shared world group-based PvE adventure game known as Project Wayward. Playtika have announced the intent to acquire InPlay Labs. For reference, InPlay Labs is the maker of the game Animals and Coins, and the deal will be for up to $300 million, including an $80 million upfront fee, marking the second acquisition from Playtika this quarter. Following the acquisition, Playtika will rebrand both InPlay Labs and Animals and Coins. Nazara have received a $49 million investment. The investment came from SBI Mutual Fund and raised its valuation to $660 million. Last month, Nazara announced a $500,000 investment in the mobile studio Snacks Games as well, and Nazara intends to use this investment to make more investments on its own, focusing on gaming, sports media, and esports companies. The interactive social video game company Beat the Bomb have raised a $15 million Series B. The round saw participation from OTM Capital as well as Conversion Venture Capital. As a result, they'll be able to expand their operation to additional 7 cities by mid-2025. A lot of workforce changes this week. Daniel Lee joins Square Enix as a marketing manager. Daniel's an experienced marketer in the space, as he was most recently a brand manager for Wild Rift at Riot Games. Before that, he spent 2 years at Scopely as a brand manager and in product marketing at Fox Next 2. He holds a bachelor's in marketing from UC Riverside. Charles Conroy joins the Switch as the head of business development. Charles is a veteran of the esports space, as he's most known for being the chief development officer at Complexity Gaming from 2009 to 2017. He was then the VP of the gaming at the Switch before spending a year at Entain and now returning to the Switch. He holds a bachelor's in sociology from Southern Methodist University. Craig McNary has been promoted to the Senior Director of Xbox Platform and Branding Marketing at Microsoft. Craig has been with Microsoft for nearly 14 years now and was most recently promoted from his role as Director of Xbox Integrated Marketing. He previously spent time at Iris as a Managing Director and was a VP at MKTG in the past as well. He holds an MBA from the University of Washington. Guy Blomberg joins ESL Faceit Group as the event director for DreamHack North Americas. He will oversee the DreamHack brand for the Americas region in his new role, and previously he spent time at Stride PR as the VP of Business Development and was at ReadPop as the E3 Business Development Director, among many other roles at the company in the past. He's a founder of Games Industry Gathering and is a member on the board for IGDA, and holds a grad certificate from Northside Christian College. Charlie Wen joins Epic Games as the Chief Creative Officer. He was most recently the co-founder and CEO of 10 Sky Entertainment, where he led the team in visual storytelling across films, games, and animation. He was also a creative consultant with Riot Games and was the co-founder of Marvel Studios as well, so this seems like a great fit for the company. He holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts from Wheaton College. Christiana Lewis Barnhart joins ESA as the SVP of Government Affairs. Christiana most recently served as the Senior Counsel for the U.S. Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation, where she led the committee's technology and telecommunications portfolio. Before that, she was a VP of Regulatory Affairs at Charter Communications and was an attorney advisor at the FCC before that as well. She holds an MBA and JD from American University. Johannes Meng joined Sega as the head of studio for Rovio Stockholm. Johannes was most recently GM at Remedy Entertainment for the Sweden division of the company for around 3 years, and before that he was a venture officer at MedTech Actuator before and spent nearly 13 years at EA, finishing his time there as the executive producer for Fire Monkeys. He holds a PhD in computational fluid dynamics from Gauss University of Technology and an MBA from INSEAD. 𝗠ঁ 𝗿𝗶 has been promoted to Chief of Staff at Enthusiast Gaming. 𝗠ঁ has been with Enthusiast for about 1.5 years now, previously serving as the Director of Marketing. And before Enthusiast Gaming, she spent over 7 years at Insider Inc., working her way up to Senior Marketing Strategy Manager. She holds a Bachelor's in Marketing and PR from Quinnipiac University. Aaron Goldsmith has been promoted to Senior Talent Marketing Specialist at Blizzard Entertainment. Aaron has been with Blizzard for a bit over a year now and also creates great content in the gaming space. You should follow her if you haven't already. Before joining Blizzard, she was a lead marketing specialist with Benchmark Builders, as well as a marketing manager with Generation Next Fertility. She holds a Bachelor's of Fine Arts in Product and Design for Stage and Screen from Pace University. Justin Jones joins Azra Games as the VP of Design. Justin was previously the studio director and co-founder of Moon Tavern Games for about 1.5 years, and before that he was the VP of Creative with Scopely and spent around 5 years at EA as a creative director before working on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. He holds a master's in political science and a master's in modeling and simulation from UCF's Institute of Simulation and Training. Danielle Fox joins FlyQuest as the Director of Marketing. Danielle joins FlyQuest after her and her team were laid off at CLG earlier this year, where she spent about 9 months at the company. Before that, she was a Senior Social Media Manager at Crosby Marketing Comms and was a Marketing and Comms Specialist with the University of Florida's Lastinger Center. She holds a Bachelor's in PR and Mass Communications from the University of South Florida. Joe Lovelace has been promoted to Head of Communications at Blast. Joe has been with Blast for about 3.5 years before and was a Senior PR Manager before his promotion. Prior to Blast, he spent time at Everton Football Club as a PR officer and spent time with Marathon Bet as a PR executive as well. He was a sports reporter in the past as well, so he's been on both sides of the pitch. And Joe holds a Bachelor's in Sport Journalism from the University of Brighton. As far as new stuff goes, Valve are going to discontinue the Dota Pro circuit. In their recent announcement, Valve said that the league created a stranglehold, and as a result, events and calendars were negatively impacted on the ecosystem, and they reduced innovation and excitement. As a result, more third-party TOs will now be a part of the esports ecosystem and ultimately, hopefully enabling more robust and diverse tournaments for the Dota 2 esports space. That's it for this week in esports and gaming. Thank you so much for tuning in. Credit to the authors and brands themselves for the images and information provided. If you want to go show some support for the esports advocate, please click the link in the comments down below. And as always, everybody, if you know someone who finds this valuable, please tag them down below or share this with your audience, and have a great day.